sure you hit the like button.
A lot of deep breaths.
Help me get 100 likes.
Yeah, we supposed to let.
I play that. Play that. Play that.
So
I just roll it.
Let's go.
So I don't think you can change that part of human nature. What you can do is you can make kids resilient against it. And the way you do that is by giving them a great education so that they know that they have potential. And the other thing is to give them business models, role models, and opportunities within their own neighborhood. You know, black men who are running barbershops, who are running bars, who are running dance studios, who are running local businesses, restaurants, etc., and who are part of that community. And you know, when I was a kid, my uncle was the first Irish Catholic president of our country, and when he ran for president, there was a tremendous resurgence in anti-Catholic sentiment in this country, and a resurgence of the Ku Klux Klan. I remember crosses being burned when I was a kid against an anti-Catholic president. A lot of other, I was called a Mick, a mackerel snatcher, all these anti-Catholic slurs when I was a kid. But it never bothered me. If somebody called me that, I would think that guy's got a problem. But I didn't think I have a problem. And that because I had a great education, I had a family who loved me, I had role models in my country, I had confidence in my own future. Oh, you know, those kind of things had no impact on me. And that's the kind of resilience that we want to give the Black American children, so that they have so much confidence in their own future that when they do encounter the inevitable racism, that it will bounce off them, that they'll be, you know, like the Avengers, they'll be immune to it. And then we don't have to stop racism altogether, because we're never going to be able to do that, but we can have children that are not affected by it, that don't internalize it, that don't see it as their problem. They see it as the person whose race is problem.
I'm gonna have to take a walk. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, this was like an exhale moment.
All right, man. Let me just go ahead and contribute to this conversation, and I hope you guys do too. Appreciate everybody that's commenting for the first time. Make sure y'all hit the like button as well. Listen, what RFK Jr. just said, there was nothing wrong with what he said, right? He's just saying that racism is here, and instead of thinking that the world is racist and it's just a racist country and a racist world, we should be determined to still chase our goals and be the best version of ourselves, or be whatever the hell we want to be, and not subject ourselves to racist people. And not think that everyone is a racist. Let me tell y'all a story, man. So now y'all can really get to know who Jay Jones is, right? So my parents moved me to the suburbs when I was about 8. Okay. Now, this is my parents' thing, right? So, you know, anybody that's from the hood that say, oh, man, you was for your suburb, you a suburbanite, man, talk to my parents about it. I mean, I'm not about to be mad and hide from where I come from, right? So 8 years old, man, I get introduced to this place called Sterling Heights, man. It's very, very diverse. You got Chaldeans, a lot of Middle Eastern people. You've got Asians, whites, not many black people at the time when I was 8, right? So I had to learn how to be diverse while being myself. And I learned a lot. And as I grew up in this area, it was some more black people that started to come. I started seeing more mixed people, and I learned to be diverse. And you know what I experienced? I did experience some racism along the way. But you know what I experienced? I didn't experience everybody being racist. You know what I did experience? A lot of this was on myself, where I was thinking that everybody was racist. Oh man, you going there? Oh man, oh, I heard it's racist over there. I heard they're racist. And I was already, you know, predetermining things in my mind of people and places because of the black plight. And yes, you should be aware, because as a black man, you do kind of have to be that way. But at the same time, you give people a chance. You don't just walk around this world and say, oh man, they racist over there. I heard this and I heard that. Well, we hear a lot of BS all the time. But what have you experienced? You know how many people that I've like encountered where they were like, yeah, man, I think, his family's racist. And I've ended up talking to the person and they were not racist, to me at least. And so what I see from this RFK Jr. story, he's just saying, he said racism is inevitable. We can't change people that are racist and that choose to be that way. But there's not that many people that are that racist that are stopping you from being a black man who wants to be an entrepreneur, who wants to be a doctor, who wants to be a lawyer, who wants to do great things, who wants to have a family, whether he wants to marry a black woman, whether he wants to marry a Muslim woman, a white woman, have kids. There's not enough racism in this world to stop a black man from living his life anymore. Roland Martin lives in this freaking old Jim Crow era where he thinks that all white people are bad. He has the mind of the biggest racist person in the world. And I have said this before. Black people have tried to fight me on this message, just a few of them, when I say I have met some of the most racist black people more than I've met racist white folks. Black folks will say the most racist thing, that if a white person said the same thing that they said, all hell would break loose. Oh, that white devil. Oh, this white, and white, this, but if they say, oh, that black boy, or this Nick, blah, 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 this, blah, 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 man, the whole city would be burned down. I've seen it. I've had to fight some people for saying the N-word. Absolutely, when I was younger. Yes, I got in quite a few scuffles, and I held my own, and I did what I had to do. But as I got older and I started being around this more diverse area, I started understanding that, okay, not everybody is racist. There are some that are. That's just who they are. But for every one racist person, I noticed there was a crowd of other people that were not racist. So do I want to intentionally focus on that small group of racist people and ruin my dreams, ruin my opportunities, ruin my relationships because I'm going to run into one racist every couple months? Maybe. No. So I can't stand people like Roland Martin. I can't stand people like Dr. Umar Johnson, even people like Jay Morrison, all these folks that use the black plight and use black culture to make money off of black people. And all they do is keep touting. They keep saying the same story over and over and over. Like we all need a black history lesson every single freaking day. I have met the most racist black people. You know why? Even to this day. You know what'll happen? And some of the people that's black in the chat, y'all know the people that's watching, right? That's hopefully hitting the like button. I'm going to set up a scenario for you and you tell me if this ain't racist. Black man gets up, he starts to speak. Right? Let's give you a prime example. Black man gets up, he starts talking, and he starts saying that I'm voting for Trump, and I'm this and I'm that. What's one of the first questions that maybe a black woman's going to ask? Or maybe even a black man's going to ask. I'm going to actually stop and ask the chat, what's probably the first question that person's going to ask? Or let's say he says something that somebody doesn't like that may be offensive to the person. What's the first person they're going to ask about this black man, right? Or even this black woman? What is the first question they're going to ask? I pretty much notice, like, it's a 90%, at a 90% clip, they're going to ask this question. I want to see if y'all put it in the chat while I sip on this beer real quick. It's a blue moon. It's a blue moon. All right, let me see. Watching wanted to see what they wanted to see. I don't know what that meant. Robert. I might have missed something. The Irishman qualified while English protesters. All right, let's see. I don't know what they are irritated about. That insane reaction is weak. Are people this flipping sensitive and so focused on being a victim they hear what someone else is not saying? Yes. So one of the first questions that someone's going to ask, if a black man gets up, he says something offensive, says I'm voting for Trump, they're going to say he's probably married to a white woman, right? They want to find out who he's married to. It's one of the first things that black folks do to disqualify you from anything. Oh, he married to a white woman. Oh, he don't even understand white woman. He could be a black man, grew up in the hood, just got a different taste in women, and that's what they'll say. And if a white person said that about a black man or a black woman, oh, she married to that black man, that black woman, all hell would break loose and it'll be a problem. I'm so tired of the racism conversations. You got people that's literally acting like they don't have any rights. Black folks acting like they can't make moves in life because this world is so racist. I'm like, nah, motherfucker, you are lazy. You are just lazy. America is the land of the free. They got black billionaires, black multimillionaires, black entrepreneurs, black inventors. It's a bunch of black things today. It's a bunch of examples for us to make some money and do some great things. And I can't stand. That's why I don't subscribe to Roland Martin. It's why I don't subscribe to these people that just talk this blackity black talk, because they're not doing anything beneficial for us in our community. Y'all tell me what the hell Roland Martin is doing to help black folks. Okay, he's putting a bunch of black people on, a bunch of black influencers on TV. Great. How is that helping me become smarter? How is it helping me become more educated? I can go learn about my black history. I can go on Google. I can pick up some books in the freaking library. What is Roland Martin doing for me to make me better as a black man? This man is a race baiter, a race hustler, and all he does is make content based on race. This clip from RFK Jr. is old from what I've seen. He just brought it up and tried to resurface an old clip so that he can call him racist. That man said nothing racist in this entire clip. In fact, he said, hey, man, I had quite an experience myself being an Irish Catholic person, which I can say, okay, it's not the same. But he's relating to saying, why subject yourself to racism and not do anything in life and focus on that small group in America instead of continuing. But what does Roland Martin do? He focuses on the small group to get all the black people talking about black power, black this, black that. Man, if you don't get out of here with that, because we spend all our money, we spend trillions of dollars on a bunch of garbage. We don't put our money to work. We listen to rap music, which is absolutely trash. I don't care who artists y'all like. I don't care if you like Kendrick Lamar's new album and you like Squabble Up, and I like Drake. I don't care about Drake and I don't care about none of this, because none of it makes us better. Jay-Z, none of it makes us better. The entire culture has made us garbage. They don't teach us about saving. They don't teach us about building a business. They don't teach us about raising their kids and stop being deadbeat dads. They don't teach us about freaking putting a condom on so you can stop having just reproducing children and leaving them. Like, our culture is complete garbage. And then you got people like Roland Martin to add to the garbage instead of trying to tell black men that they can do anything that they can. Racism is on this earth. But don't focus so much on it. My last point in this story is, if I focus on a yellow Corvette, guess what I'm going to start to see? A yellow Corvette a lot more often. But if I understand that, hey, man, the yellow Corvette is going to come about, but I need to focus on other things, then I will be successful. I was in the same position. I've had to develop friends. I had to get friends that were of different cultures. I became more diverse, and I've seen racism up close and personal. I know what it looks like, and I also know what it doesn't look like. And I also know that I'm not facing enough racism to where I can't live my life. When my father was growing up, he dealt with a lot more real racism, and he tells me about that. And when he talks, I listen. My grandmother grew up in real racist times. When they see what the hell we got, we are living a damn near free damn life, and we still complaining. What a smack in the face to our ancestors who couldn't even vote at one time. And we're complaining about peanuts. Still talking about racism. It's 2024. We in a more diverse world than we've ever been before. It's so many mixed kids everywhere. Nobody cares no more. But then you got people touting, oh, racism. Oh, man, get up out of here. It's there, but it ain't out there like that. And I said what I said. You can believe it. You don't have to rock with me. I know it's quite a few people on this, live stream that probably don't agree with what I just said. But I'm not about to let racism stop me from being successful. I'm just not. I'm not going to let that stop me from going out there and meeting people, all because I might encounter one racist person. But I might meet 100 people that may help me in my journey. I'm going to subject myself to one racist person. I got a lot more tough skin than that. Let me read y'all comments. All race